Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trading video for the week ending Friday, June the 18th, 2021. In this series of scalp trades from this past week, I want to bring your attention to the value of using proper Forex time frame combinations, and I think you'll find it quite revealing. In particular, you're going to see how we can use higher time frame market structure to really zero in on outstanding high probability trading opportunities that have excellent reward risk potential. Okay, I do have a request. Please listen to my message at the end of this video because it's very important for understanding about scalping. Okay, so let's have a look at these scalp trade setups. I hope you like this video, and if so, I'd sure appreciate a thumbs up by hitting the like button. And also be sure to subscribe to our channel. There's a subscribe button in the bottom right corner of the video. Okay, here we go. Hey folks, here's a scalp trade that's set up on the British pound US dollar pair on Monday, June the 14th, 2021. And it's just a big picture. Like, this is a weekly chart in the upper left, and it's just in a big uptrend. You see it kind of going up, pulling back, going up, pulling back, and just keeps heading up. On the daily chart, this is the daily chart. We have a really good level of support in here. You see this? And resistance here. We have this range that we're stuck in. We're at the bottom of the range. My thinking is looking for a buying opportunity if one presents itself. And so what we did is I pointed out on our 4-hour chart that we have a level of support right here. See, this black horizontal line is the daily level. The red one is a 4-hour level. And the blue one, you can zero down and get into a 15-minute level down here. We had some other reasons for taking it down here as well. But this was the entry right here at 140.81-ish. And this has made a 3-to-1 reward risk trade. Pretty nice little trade for a Monday morning, or whatever, morning where I am anyway, and wherever you are. So anyway, that was and this could go a lot further. Of course, as the price moves up, you want to get the risk out of the trade and give yourself a chance for a bigger move. This could keep going, and again, it's going to boil down to, once we have some pretty strict protocols for getting the initial risk contained. And or taking some profit. But after that, it becomes more subjective. Some people will just want to hold this and go for an opposing level, like way up here. That would be a huge great risk reward trade. This only needed a 13-pip risk. And others will be happy taking it off at a resistance level, like up in here, and taking that 3-to-1 reward risk, etc., and everything in between. So anyway, I hope that helps. That was on a British pound US dollar pair on Monday, June the 14th. Okay, here are a few trades that set up, and this is on Tuesday, June the 15th, 2021. And these are trades that I post, or they're levels that I post in advance for our members, and then we have ways to trade around them, specific ways. And these are for very short-term trades. Okay, so we're looking to get into them with small pip risk, and then get our profit out, or reduce risk and or take profit when applicable and appropriate. And so in this pair here, so if we start with the higher time frame with the daily chart here, this is a level that price reacted from quite strongly, and then price came back up to it. And yet when it does that, you want to look at your we use the 4-hour chart, like the daily, then the 4-hour, then the 15 for entering. And in this case here, this level is a 4-hour level. Right here, this is that same level, like this black horizontal line is the daily level. Then you can see just above it, we had a 4-hour level that it actually made it up to. That shows up as a wick on the daily level. And then down it goes. But on the 4-hour level, we had a really good level, which is also a 15-minute level. And so that's where we want to be looking to sell. And on our 15-minute chart, this is that same level. Okay, that was at about 133.63, that kind of a thing. We never hit our stop, and it only went like 4 or 5 pips against, and then had a really nice little collapse. This was actually around a 3-to-1 reward risk move on the way down here. But it all comes down to trade management on the way down and how you manage your trade. Okay, so that was that one. That worked out all right. And then on the US Canadian dollar pair, so this is an interesting one right now because there's a lot going on with this pair that could be interesting. Like, we have a weekly level that we're starting to breach this weekly level and close above it. The week's not over, and we have FOMC coming out tomorrow, so we don't know. But you can see that was a very, very strong level on the weekly chart way back here in August of 2017, September, I guess it was, 2017. And this is also a very strong monthly level. So all the higher time frames are hitting some significant levels. We'll see what happens. But on the daily chart, we'd broken above this daily level here, you see. But this wick is still, you got to watch this, because price, has got to still, there's still selling action up in here, right? Something was going on. So you got to watch and find the level in here on a 15-minute chart where price could finally, react from it, and maybe the final push lower, or it's going to break higher, which is kind of what it's doing here right now as I'm recording this. So on the 15-minute chart, pardon me, let's go to the 4-hour chart first of all. The 4-hour chart, we had this level way back here. You see this? Well, this wick there was some selling in there, and when you go inside this wick on the 15-minute chart, that showed up as this blue line right here, which is just under the figure 121.99. And it's possible to have not gotten this trade because it was my dealing platform missed it by 0.3 of a pip. Now sometimes you'll get filled on those, and another dealing platform also might get filled on them where I might not. But in any event, it touched up in that level and had a pretty good move down, and now it's bounced back up again. Not surprising though when you look at the, I wouldn't get really aggressive with this trade on the short side at this point, just because of what's happening on the 4-hour chart. Notice the structure. We come into all of this support from the daily chart, and it just keeps holding and ranging for a while, and now it breaks out. And you'll notice that we're making higher highs and higher lows. Look at all these lows going higher and higher. The highs are going higher. We had some consolidation in here, but it never broke between this high and this low. It just consolidated and broke out higher again. So it's looking more bullish than anything right now. And those are the trades that set up for us on today, which was Tuesday, June the 15th, 2021. We're a little bit cautious now because we have the FOMC rate release tomorrow, which can move things, quite strongly. Okay, and this is a trade that's set up on the New Zealand yen pair on Thursday, June the 17th, 2021. And watching these levels on here. Let me just go back to the daily chart first of all. And we've had obviously some pretty severe movement after the FOMC rate release yesterday on June the 16th. Breaking this swing low and heading down very hard. We're actually sitting at support right now as I'm recording this. But this is really had this big rotation to the downside. It's looking pretty negative right now. But on the 4-hour chart, you'll see the wave motion on the 4-hour chart is just lower highs and lower lows, and that's what we want to look for, that kind of stuff. And so when price comes up to these levels in here like this, that was actually a perfect setup on this pair, and the ensuing move here was like huge. You're over 100 pips, well over 100 pips of profit on that trade. So. And it's going to boil down to trade management, of course. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to get all of that, but it depends how you manage your trades. And so anyway, that's just an example of the kind of, because the kind of scalps that we like to take are just like this, because when we take these trades on, we can do them with very, very small risk, like, less than 15 pips. And these kind of moves like this are are pretty good. They can make your month, just one of these moves. So that's the value of short-term trading, but knowing how to short-term trade. I mean, because you can just you can drain your account in a hurry if you're not really selective about the kind of trades that you take and the setups and all that kind of thing. But anyway, hope that is helpful, interesting, useful, or something. And we'll leave it at that. Thanks. So there you go. Now listen, this is important. Scalping is not about jumping in and out of trades all day long. Okay, you'll lose your account doing that. We are very selective about how we scalp. What scalping is a trading technique whereby we can establish trades with very small pip risk. So it's good for smaller Forex account sizes, and among other advantages to the way we scalp, we'll have very limited market event exposure. Okay, things like major news releases and that kind of thing. We just stand aside. And the thing is, all trading styles have their place, right? And make no mistake about it, every style of trading has its pros and cons. The main determining factor of how you trade is going to be your own makeup, your own personal profile, your inner comfort level, your time availability for trading. your risk tolerance, your account size, that kind of thing. But anyway, in this video, I just hope that you were able to see the power in using daily and 4-hour time frame combinations for setting up great scalping opportunities. And we have other tools that we can use as well for really zeroing in on very good high probability entries. So thank you very much for listening in on this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope it's been helpful. And hey, if you have the inclination to try our service, we'd love to have you with us. Okay, there's more information in the text below this video or in the email that you received. Thanks again. I hope you guys all have a great weekend.